Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Rhea. This video is the last part of my N400 application form. And now, without more ado, here are the rest of the questions that you will be asked during your citizenship interview. Have you ever been a member of or any way associated, either directly or indirectly, with any other totalitarian party? No. Have you ever been a member of or in any way associated, either directly or indirectly, with a terrorist organization? No. Have you ever advocated, either directly or indirectly, the overthrow of any government by force or violence? No. Have you ever prosecuted, either directly or indirectly, any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? No. Were you ever involved in any way with genocide? No. Were you ever involved in any way with torture? No. Were you ever involved in any way with killing or trying to kill someone? No. Were you ever involved in any way with badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose? No. Were you ever involved in any way with forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations? No. Were you ever involved in any way with not letting someone to practice his or her religion? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a military unit? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a paramilitary unit, a group of people who act like a military group but are not part of the official military? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a police unit? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a self-defense unit? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a vigilante unit, a group of people who act like the police but are not a part of the official police? No. Have you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a rebel group? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a guerrilla group, a group of people who use weapons against or otherwise physically attack the military, police, government, or other people? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in a militia, an army of people not part of the official military? No. Were you ever a member of, or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in an insurgent organization, a group that uses weapons and fights against a government? No. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier? Or did you otherwise ever serve in a prison or jail? No. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier? Or did you otherwise ever serve in a prison camp? No. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier? Or did you otherwise ever serve in a detention facility, a place where people are forced to stay? No. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier? Or did you otherwise ever serve in a labor camp, a place where people are forced to work? No. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier? Or did you otherwise ever serve in any other place where people were forced to stay? No. Were you ever a part of any group? Or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person or threatened to do so? No. Did you ever steal, give, or provide weapons to any person, or help another person to steal, give, or provide weapons to any person? No. Did you ever receive or any type of military, paramilitary, a group of people who act like a military group but are not a part of the official military or weapons training? No. Did you ever recruit, enlist, conscript, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve in or help an armed force or group? No. Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything that help or support people in combat? No. Have you ever commit, assist in committing, or attempt to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? No. Have you ever been arrested, cited, or detained by any law enforcement officer, including any immigration official or any official of the U.S. Armed Forces, for any reason? No. Have you ever been charged with committing, attempting to commit, or assisting in committing a crime or offense? No. Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? No. Have you ever been placed in alternative sentencing or rehabilitative program? For example, diversion, deferred prosecution, withheld adjudication, deferred adjudication? No. Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed on probation, or been paroled? No. Have you ever been in jail or prison? No. Have you ever been a habitual drunkard? No. Have you ever been a prostitute or procure anyone for prostitution? No. Have you ever sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics? No. Have you ever been married to more than one person at the same time? No. Have you ever married someone in order to obtain an immigration benefits? No. Have you ever helped someone to enter or tried to enter the United States illegally? No. Have you ever gambled illegally or received income from illegal gambling? No. Have you ever failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony? No. Have you ever made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefits in the United States? No. Have you ever given any U.S. government official any information or documentation that was false, fraudulent, or misleading? No. Have you ever lied to any U.S. government officials to gain entry or admission into the United States or gain immigration benefits in the United States? No. Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? No. Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings? No. Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings, including administratively closed proceedings, currently pending against you? No. Have you ever been court-martialed, administratively separated, or disciplined? Or have you received an other than honorable discharge while in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Have you ever been discharged from training or service in the U.S. Armed Forces because you were an alien? No. Have you ever left the United States to avoid being drafted in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Have you ever applied for any kind of exemption from military service in the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Have you ever deserted from the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Yes. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Yes. Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? Yes. If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? Yes. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces? Yes. If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian direction? Yes. That's all. I will make another video for how I prepare for my citizenship interview. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.